What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scotty with Suburban LA. Today, I want to break down, or what I want to talk to you guys about is this new robot dog that LAPD is introducing to the workforce. I haven't actually watched the video, so I don't know too much about it in terms of, when it's going to be released and all that good stuff. I don't know. So we're going to break it down together. I want to know what you guys think about it. This is a little bit different because obviously I'm not at the office or at the house, I should say. I'm actually in North Hollywood. It's a little bit different of a background or a thing for me. So, but despite that, still got to work, still got to put that work in. I know how I get down. So let's get straight to it. Let's review this thing, man. Let's see what it is. It looks crazy. It looks like some side of it looks like a gun with legs, but we'll see.
He can sit, stay, and even shake, but he is not your average canine. Meet Spot, the LAPD's newest mechanical crime fighter. Police say the robo-dog enhances officer safety, but opponents fear its impact on vulnerable communities.
KTLA's Jennifer McGraw shows us how this high-tech hound is protecting lives and property.
Meet Spot, similar to a 70-pound golden retriever.
Okay, this looks crazy. That looks like a straight gun. Before we get into it, I think we've been seeing these things kind of like everywhere. Like I've seen some that are like playful, or I've seen them at dog parks and stuff like that. I even seen one, I think like the Army was using one, and they'll send the dog in first just because it has a camera on it and see what's going on. Or maybe it wasn't a dog. Maybe it was like one with the wheels on it. So maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. Suburban posted a story where they did a stop. I think they sent it on a bus or something like that. If y'all know what I'm talking about, drop a comment. But I think we've seen the LAPD use this before. I think we've already seen them use this.
Ability and stature, but some would say the futuristic hound is quite shocking to the eye. A robot on LAPD staff that can do what others can't.
The arm can open doors. It could pick up objects. It could drag up to 50 pounds.
And walk around
This thing
can't.
The arm can open doors. It could pick up objects. It could drag up.
Okay. It can open doors, which is crazy. It's pretty dope. But look at how tall this thing is compared. It's to this dude's hip. Now he might be only like 5'8", but Jesus Christ. Oh my God. It can lift up to how much?
To 50 pounds.
Wow.
And walk around just about anything.
In, say, a cluttered room where some of our robotics couldn't do that in the past.
Deputy Chief David Kalawasa.
Bro, I'm sorry. This thing, I'm gonna let it play, but this thing is pretty big. That thing's pretty big. Jesus Christ, that's pretty big.
He is the commanding officer for counterterrorism and special operations in the department.
The main reason that we acquired Spot is to save lives.
The LAPD deploying a robot dog.
Months ago on a metro bus, a barricaded suspect stopped.
I told you. I knew it. I know my stuff, man. Scotty good at this, man.
Traffic. After exhausting all efforts, the LAPD deployed Spot, and finding an armed man passed out.
They identified a weapon by his feet, and the Spot came up and safely took the weapon away from him.
But there is some controversy surrounding Spot. Some are scared of it. They say he looks intimidating. Others fear it could be used for militarization, but that's not the case.
The manufacturer would forbid us from using this technology if we made any attempt to weaponize it.
There are concerns with other robotic companies. For example, in Ukraine, they've unleashed the robot dogs of war, not for combat.
That shit look crazy. It's jumping.
That per se, but to detect dangerous situations, including mines and Russian forces, which some have major concerns for future warfare. For now, here in Los Angeles, there's another worry. Some fear Spot can negatively impact communities of color, targeting, profiling, and terrorizing.
I think that people are concerned in our communities because Spot follows a long and flawed history of predictive policing in Los Angeles.
Brittany Freedom is an assistant professor for the Department of Sociology at USC.
We're using the same data that the LAPD used for previous programs like Operation Laser, which were racist programs and class programs. So I think the concerns are valid and they're based in a history of experience.
I absolutely agree. I mean, if it's a institution that is known to have mistreated people of color, which I'll tell you, and even from experience, my own experiences, I've been wrongfully pulled over by the Compton PD. Everybody knows the Compton police is the most crooked, and I got an uncle who's a sheriff over there, but the most crooked. Compton and Torrance, ridiculously notorious for being racist. It's incredible. But again, if you've got a racist organization creating or implementing their knowledge into these robots, why wouldn't we think that they're going to be used for the same sort of thing? You know what I mean? And, you know, I don't want to say I hate to bring skin tone in it, but at the end of the day, I'm a light-skinned black man. A lot of my friends who are darker skin tone have way more, like way deeper, signs of like trauma. Like they're literally terrified of the police, you know what I mean? Which I may not rock with the police in certain instances of things. Like they absolutely are terrified if they see the police drive by and stuff like that. This is real things we go through. So if those same people are building robots, I mean, who's to say that they won't misuse this? They've misused it throughout history. They've misused their power. So why not use the robots to do the same thing? Secondarily, I'll add on to that. Do I believe that they're not going to start weaponizing these dogs? Absolutely. I absolutely 100% believe that they're going to start weaponizing these dogs for sure. There's no doubt in my mind.
The LAPD hopes to alleviate fears, saying the manufacturing company Boston Dynamics does not allow for facial recognition and will never arm Spot with weapons. In fact,
cut the crap. For real, cut the crap.
Unlike other dogs, Spot doesn't have a mind of its own. Humans are in complete control of operating the four-legged robot. Spot was actually donated, but some would argue at the price tag of $280,000, there's not enough data to know its effectiveness. In fact, there have been issues. In New York, the robo-dog's purpose was cut short after it was deployed in a public housing building in Manhattan. People describing the device as emblematic of how overly aggressive the police can be when dealing with poor communities, according to the New York Times.
I mean, at $280,000, I'm assuming per robot, that's pretty expensive. But we know how technology works. It's going to start at a high price with AI, and they're saying, oh, it's human control. At some point, I think these things can control themselves. This is just insane. You see where we're going. This is just a dog. Wait till they start making people versions. Come on now. This is getting scary, y'all.
There's other uses for the DigiDog during natural disasters.
Last year, they had a building collapse, and the New York Fire Department utilized Spot to help identify potential survivors.
The LAPD hoping to remain transparent with the community and only using Spot in life or death situations for them and Los Angelinos. At the Elysian Park Police Academy, Jennifer McGraw, KTLA 5 News.
So, you know, I'll be interested to see what you guys think. For me, you know, I'm a little I'm dual-minded with it. I think it is really cool from a technology standpoint. But I think in the wrong hands, it could be used wrongly, right? So I don't know. I could see, I'm kind of, as I really think deeply on it, I think it's maybe like an invasion of privacy, to be honest with you. But we got to see what they do with it, man. We got to see what they do. Very interesting times we're living in. You see where the future is going. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to know. Again, if you're just new to what we're doing at Suburban LA, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Please subscribe to this channel. We're new, building out our YouTube right now. So subscribe to this. Let me know what you want to see more of. Really appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.